if you're new here, I'm Kanita, and if you're already watching my One Piece Chill channel, welcome back. Today we are going to read the newest chapter of One Piece, number 1121. So, of course, spoiler alert, if you're not up to date with manga, I just couldn't wait to read this chapter, didn't even wait for my hair to dry after the shower. So, we are going right in. Let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. So we have a cover for. Oh, wait, Luffy looks so cool on this cover for Jump with One Piece being featured here. Oh, it looks really cool. And Nami and the Soap and Chopper, of course, are really cute. But I especially like Luffy here. He looks so dashing. I think that's like the best word. Oh, wait. forget, forget about Luffy. Holy shit, this colored cover spread. I have to save this. It looks so cool. Gosh, Nami is gorgeous, obviously, but I don't know, like, her expression and everything and how huge she is compared to everyone else here. It just gives a special impression. I like how Robin is looking up at her like, oh, wait, that's adorable. And what is this? Frankie is riding some BDSM. It's not like a chicken, like little chicken. I don't know. There's a lot of ice cream. Luffy is just happily eating ice cream, of course, but Sanji is obviously with hearts in his eyes. Everyone has their own priorities. Brook is just vibing, and Zoro is busy cutting watermelons. This is a gorgeous color spread. I really love this a lot. Yeah, this is setting a very nice tone for the chapter, but now we are going to go into chapter. It's going to be like super serious and depressing, like with a lot of stuff happening, being worried, getting away from Gorosei and everything. Let's see. Okay, so the name of the chapter is The Ebb and Flow of the Ages. That's quite a beautiful name. The clash comes to a head. So this is like a culmination, a climax, shall we say, of the Egghead arc, I suppose, right? We can't let them get away. Fire! Watch out for those claws! They're poisonous! Don't touch them! Luffy advises the giants against Gorosei, obviously. Whoa, yeah, nothing good can come from touching that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch him either. What an intense attack! You still won't stay down, you bastard, Luffy says excitedly. I think Bonnie is trying to take on her form of a free future again. It's a pretty nice panel. She's trying to say something here. Like, she took this form. I said trying because she looks still tired. I assume like her stamina with this wouldn't be as big as Luffy's, right? Because if this form is toxic to him, it must be toxic to her as well. And Luffy like looks at her, noticing that. I think, yeah, he probably predicted that there's going to be an attack directed at her, and so he had to save her from Saturn's attack here, as we see on the next page. A very nice prediction, if we can call this prediction. Like, he probably saw a little bit into the future, and I think that gave maybe Bonnie time to completely take on this form again. I think that's what is implied in the next panel, and Saturn sees it and he's like, Bonnie, what the heck? He's mad about it. I think it is. Yeah, right. She took it in front of other Gorosei, and he didn't see it yet because he looks very surprised. It's a bit of jumbled in my head by now, I'm sorry, but I think that seems to be the case. But she seems to like breathing heavily, I think, with, and Luffy encourages her. That's it, Bonnie, you've got this. So yeah, as I was saying, it's probably like taxing for her to take on this form. Luffy protected her from the attack, gave her a little bit more time, and he's encouraging her. So that's really nice. Let's see what happens next. So this is a continuation of Vegapunk's broadcast. A day of awakening is coming. where all the pressing secrets of the Void Century will be uncovered. And we see people watching. I like this guy in the middle. He is so impressed by everything that's happening in the broadcast. He's like, oh, he is losing his mind. But that's my favorite part. Meanwhile, the other dude on the right, he's like, and I like this like little reactions for everyone. They're a little bit different. Someone is just watching in a very chill way. Is this? Okay, we know the weapons technology that sank the world's continents is still in use, he says, while princesses are listening on. And now it's actually been such a while since we saw Skypiea. I even forgot this girl's name. I remember her from Skypiea, but I don't remember her name. Give me a second. Okay, so I think that's Conis. We haven't seen her in a while, I think. What is going on here? Wait, this is an interesting panel. The silhouettes of the dudes are so small. Can't really see them well. The structures are so pretty. The snake, wait. I feel like this could be an interesting panel. Share your thoughts about this in the comments. Maybe there is something to talk about. So the weapons technology that sank the world's continents is still in use. That power is out there. Those with rare and unique racial ancestry are relentlessly persecuted and slaughtered today, yes, due to some mysterious quirk of history. I mean, okay, nice explanation. Are you a buccaneer? What makes my blood so special anyway? So we are remembering here a little bit of a conversation between Vegapunk and Kuma, because now Vegapunk is talking about those with rare and unique racial ancestry, and he is just after the panel with Skypiea, where we have like a little bit like different people, a bit different from the Earth people, and now we are talking about specific races that are being hunted, being erased, buccaneer. Then we see Marka here listening to this through it's like a white-beard snail. Wait, that's cute. Did I notice that before? Oh my gosh. This girl sitting next to him in his village is just chilling. I feel like and Granny, look how cute the Granny is. And Mark, I think, is remembering probably his conversation with Whitebeard. I'm talking about the distant past. Back then, there was a kingdom of gods up there. And next we have the conversation about King. You are a Lunarian. The world government is offering 100 million berries for any information on that. I think it's just showing him in the present, like after he survived. We didn't really, like, after the fight with Zora, was there anything happening to him? I feel like he just kind of disappeared from the picture. So he kind of survived that fight, and now we just see him again, all bandaged, also listening somewhere to that broadcast. And I think he is also remembering like how he is also being hunted. There's a special interest in him, right? Because he is a Lunarian, which was, I remember this quite mind-blowing when we got this information, because obviously the moon has some kind of huge role in this story. So that was pretty crazy about Lunarians, right? Oh, and Pudding, of course, with 3 eyes. Also, she's listening to broadcast and she's remembering how people were talking about, oh, look, she's got 3 eyes. So we have so many different, like, people's races, so to say, in One Piece. How Vegapunk puts it, those with rare and unique racial ancestry. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. And yeah, there are so many different peoples like that in One Piece world. I believe once, like, Tekken 101, he made a video where he was talking about all of them, but I feel like that one might be a little outdated, because I think that was quite a while ago. I'm not sure if he made any more like that. At least I didn't get those kind of notifications, but it could be interesting to, like, rewatch this video, because I feel like this is also a very important part of the story, obviously. And now yeah, Vegapunk is also talking about it. Let's see what happens on the next page. Wait, it's suddenly so close up, such a close up. So the fight here continues. Nika, you are mine. You are but a parrot mimicking what you do not comprehend. Enough. So this is like whose dialogue is this? I think Saturn is obviously saying you are but a parrot mimicking what you do not comprehend. Like you don't understand the significance. You aren't actually like Nika, and maybe Bonnie here is saying like you are mine, so I want to be the one like to take you down. While Luffy also joins the conversation. I'm just like saying it like they're all drinking tea, like having a conversation with enough. And we have an attempt to attack Saturn, which I think, no, or maybe I think this panel is again like deflecting Saturn's attack from Bonnie, and because Saturn is obviously trying to attack her first of all, and Luffy is like blocking and deflecting these attacks while laughing. Saturn is like, his eyes are popping out, he's going crazy, while Bonnie is seen like angry crying. I think again underlining the fact that she is specifically mad at Saturn, and she would love to see him go down. Oh, wait, that's a lot happening on this double page. Like my eyes immediately go to the lower left corner because it just looks beautiful. But let's try to start from the beginning of the page. So we got there also the memories here. You can either live as a slave or die. Nothing else can be tolerated for someone of your ilk. That is what the tides of time have decided. Yeah, that's conversation of small Kuma and Saturn. So yeah, again, kind of highlighting the reason for the hatred, obviously, from Bonnie towards him. How dare you! All those things you did to Daddy, and especially since she saw it all with her own eyes. It's not like she heard about it, it's not like she just knows about it from someone telling her. She basically like lived through his memories, as we can imagine. We don't actually know like how exactly this happened. Did she saw it like as a flashback, like we are reading the flashback? Did it feel for her like she's in his body, like living through all of his life? That is would be even more like going really deep into it, kind of feeling what he felt, right? I wanted to be a hero, someone who could save people. All those things you did today, the real heroes. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong direction. I think we go here. What you did to Daddy, what you did to Mommy. Your mother ended up being part of my drug experiments. How dare you call yourself a god? Real gods do exist. And then she says real heroes too. And so obviously we are shown panels with everyone kind of involved in her life, in her story, in Kuma's story. Bonnie, say hi to Mommy, and her own memories as well. Yeah, and her dad's wishes. He wanted to be a hero and save people, and to her, he is a real hero. So that's what she's saying. Real gods do exist. Talking about Nika, I suppose. Real heroes too, talking about Kuma. Well, in the panel about gods, we see like her mom, but I don't think she would say like her mom is like a god as well. I guess to her too, obviously yes, but I think she means Nika. And real heroes for her are her dad, and there's maybe her mom as well, right? All I ever wanted was for the three of us to live in peace. I mean, being alone for so long made me wanna die, but I kept going. I owe everything to those two. They have blessed me in so many ways. Thank you, Bonnie. We're so glad you were born. That is so cute. And I mean, yeah, isn't it a wish of most of like normal people? They just want to live in peace with the ones that are close to them, with their families. And this is a tragedy that is also reflected in our world, in our real life. So many people can relate to that. So that is really sad. That is really devastating. You insects, Saturn is saying. Liberating, and she's here, and Luffy like looks really like a god here. I think that's even, no, that is Luffy. I thought for a second it could also be, this panel showing like a reflection of how she imagines Nika, and here on the flip side we have like a reflection of her herself. Oh my god, she looks so cool here. But I think, yeah, it is like their double attack, and Luffy is just shaded differently to show a bit of like a pretty contrast in this. Okay, this is a beautiful page. Whew, wait, that's also a double page? It feels like, I'm not sure. It might be 2 pages. I feel like it's a double page. But we are using liberating Nika punch. And I think that's like the left part of the page. Even though I think in the double page we should start from the right corner. But yeah, that's what I immediately see when turning the page here. And this is pretty impressive. It really feels like Bonnie is on the front line here, on the forefront, like leading this punch attack against Saturn, and it's all her feelings of resentment, is it a good word, towards him for what he did to her family, how he robbed her of normal life with her family. And this Nika punch, I think, like supported by Luffy. Luffy is in support team here. Right, you can't even, you barely see Saturn behind these punches. Yeah, I think this is like his head here. Yeah, this is a pretty nice panel, but I like the previous one, like the preparation for the attack even more. That was really like, beautiful page and beautiful panel. There will be a reckoning on the day those answers come. That's the continuation of the broadcast. You must be on guard to protect yourselves. No matter what happens, I have faith in humanity's capacity for wisdom. Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, that's nice that you have faith. The reckoning on the day those answers come. That's interesting. Yeah, we see everyone listening. Iceberg with his small secretary. Caesar is here, quarreling with Judge, and the wizards from the islands that Nami visited during the time skip. It's been a while since we saw them. I mean, that's just like, these are just the wizards. It didn't really connect to them specifically as characters, I feel like, but I like their wizardly designs. Wait. I have faith in humanity's capacity for wisdom, and I have faith in science. Man, that sounds so cool. I have faith in science. That is nice. Died, I think Roger died 25 years ago, and it's been 2 years since Whitebeard's death. So the broadcast is getting like, for the lack of the better word, I'm sorry, it's getting laggy, because I think Iron Giant, that's him, right? He is being attacked here by Gorosei. So I think that's being affected. I think that's like smoke coming from his body. So he's being damaged, and I feel like that's impacts the quality of the broadcast, right? So what are we talking about? Roger died 25 years ago. It's been 2 years since Whitebeard's death. A new age is heralded by the passing of old legends. So the old legends have passed, and now we are starting a new age with new legends. That's how I understand it. Wow, today there are certain individuals who can't be oppressed. Wait, that is such a cool panel here. It feels like Saturn is disintegrating. It doesn't seem like they won over him completely. It feels like he can still rebuild himself, but it can take maybe a little bit of time, which will give them the opportunity to escape. But still, like this a little frame with Saturn with only whites in his eyes and holes in his, even in his beard, hole in the beard, that's pretty crazy. And he just flies away from the ship, from the impact. And obviously this is very fitting that here we have these words about the individuals who can't be oppressed, because that's Luffy, that's Bonnie, and they're just showing it right now, right? Yeah! Woo! Giants are cheering, Bonnie's crying, Luffy's laughing. We really sent him flying, Bonnie. Good job. That's true, and it even feels like Kuma is smiling. Do you feel the same? I know the corners of his mouth are kind of down, but it does feel like a smile, like he is conscious and he's smiling. Maybe it's just some kind of bias that I have, but yeah, that's my impression. Look, that's your ship, isn't it? Sunny. Yeah, we can see it like falling from the sky here. We're gonna die, we're gonna fall and die, someone save us, Usopp is yelling. Such individuals are probably, so, and broadcast continues about individuals who can't be oppressed. Such individuals are probably the closest to the truth. That's true. That's true. We have Zora here, prepared for the impact, I suppose. A coincidence, or did Roger set this all in motion? Vegapunk was saying. I mean, kind of in a sense, I suppose, but I think One Piece also in the shows that the change is inevitable. There will always be people who will be pushing the change, and no matter how some powers of the world try to kind of keep the status quo or regain it, there still will always be some pushback, and no matter how much they try to eradicate people who are against them, the new generations of people who don't want to be oppressed will rise, and that gives some hope, right, for the world. My treasure, it's yours to find. Everything is right where I left it. Okay, that is fair. That moment from Roger, it was kind of an exciting incident for the Pirate Age. It's kind of built up that fire, but I think like even without it, there would still be that drive in people. But of course, it helped a lot. Ray-san, it is the short from Riley. Maybe I should say Rai-san. You'll catch a cold. He is sleeping happily. What is this bubble? Is huge. Alright, Vegapunk. I like where this is going. Pirates are cheering. Isn't the Commodore back yet on the Beehive Island? We are talking. I can't wait much longer. Emperor Blackbeard's lair. Pirate Island Hachinosu. And while the broadcast says, unfortunately, there's no guarantee that it will be found, but someone Joy Boy would want. Okay, that is interesting. So I think let's kind of, how do they say it, go on a limb here or something? I think that's the expression, and say that the one Joy Boy would want would be Luffy. But here in these panels, we are being shown other powers, other factions right now in this like new age, new generation that could be the ones to find that treasure, and these would not be the ones that Joy Boy would have wanted, and that is also a possible outcome. So first of all, we have Beehive Island, that is Blackbeard, that I think is like our main opposition, our main antagonist, as I was talking before. Then we have Emperor Red Hair Shanks' ship, the Red Force. Boss, you're drinking too much. Thump, I'm drinking. Okay, they're having fun. Then Chairman Buggy, there's no doubt in your greatness now. You always exceeded our expectations. There's so much more to your dream than I thought. Emperor Buggy's base, Empty Bluffs Island. So they kind of, people as always, like they related the broadcast to Buggy somehow, and they are hyping up his brilliance even more from that. Well, Crocodile is like, what the heck? What the heck? And Mihawk is like, huh, okay, alright. That is funny. That is my favorite faction, of course, because it's led by Buggy. And how when these two were torturing him, remember that moment when he shared his dreams? Like, he would also love to kind of find One Piece, be Pirate King, be like, the freest, the coolest man of the sea. And I thought that was a really nice moment, that was really touching, because even someone like Buggy, who kind of lives lazily, so to say, and relies on luck a lot, actually, he also has his own dreams and aspirations. So there are people also who have these dreams deep in their hearts, but maybe they don't feel like they can really realize these dreams, so these dreams are really buried deep, but then a turning point in their life can come where they just can't hold it in anymore, and they will shout proudly about their dreams. I thought that was really nice. So we have these factions here, and also we have Navy headquarters. There's no way we'll just stand by. Let's go and find it first. Ooh, who'll protect the common folk then, you dolls? Okay, that's interesting. I guess it's also shown there's a faction that could be... that is curious. Meanwhile, Vegapunk says in the broadcast, there's no stopping this now. The fate of this world will be decided by whoever finds it. The Roger's treasures, he said. It's yours to find. Everything is right where I left it. On Laugh-Tale, on Raftel. Oof, wait, that's crazy. This must be the last fate. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this chapter. Holy shit, why is this so emotional? It all depends on who finds the One Piece. Oh, and they're all like the major characters. Holy shit, that's interesting. A battle for supremacy. Even Imusama is here. But of course, on top we have our emperors. Oh my god. Ah, bye. I'm rooting for you, Buggy-sama. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Also makes me think like kinda Luffy has this white colored theme, and right next to Blackbeard, who has this kind of black theme. These are really two our main like contrast here, right? Main opposition. And here on the sides we have Shanks and Buggy from the same crew, you could say kind of like childhood friends, but Shanks calmly continued on the path and practiced and trained, while Buggy, well, I just discussed Buggy, right? So we also have this contrast of someone kind of calmly going through his path, evolving and trying to get to the goal, and the one who is kind of stumbling around in this life, getting somewhere by luck, but not really like believing in himself maybe, and not really trying and not really practicing on himself, not really training, because as I always remind you, didn't Oda Sensei say that if Buggy did train with his powers and stuff, he would be as powerful as Shanks by now? So yeah, these contrasts here, I feel like in the Emperors we have now, and we have these beautiful frames with them on this page. This is a gorgeous page, and of course all the other factions. Who is Fate? Who's that supposed to be? The sword. I should recognize the sword, don't you think? Tell me, please. I know people with memory recognize the sword. Who is this silhouette? Aside from that, obviously, we have Marines, we have Revolutionaries, we have Imusama, we have Kobe and Sabo. Don't you think they kind of look similar between each other? I feel like I'm starting to rely on their accessories and their hair maybe to differentiate them. And yeah. Oh, wait. and celestial dragons, I guess, are represented by this dude. Gosh, I completely forgot this name, but it's this like very cool celestial dragons who used to kill a lot of people during this human hunts. Remember him, right? His hair and his beard kind of reminds Half Moon. So, well, you know who I'm talking about. There are so many characters by now and in this arc, and all of them, it's getting harder to remember everyone, and I have to rely on Wiki. But this is interesting. Like, inclusion of some characters here is really curious. But yeah, that's the last page, and we have a break next week. And gosh, this is just crazy. I thought that was a gorgeous chapter. I liked it a lot. I mean, it makes me so happy and so emotional. I don't know, like, as One Piece always does. Last time on my video, I received the comment that the community, there are people in the community who don't really enjoy the recent chapters, and I was a bit taken by surprise because I had so much like work and stuff, and I'm trying to update the other channel as well, and I kind of didn't have much time to spend that much time in One Piece community recently, so mostly I'm just like reading chapters in a bubble most of the time, so I didn't realize people don't like these chapters, but I think that's how it's One Piece cycle. There are always people unhappy with some arc and some chapters. They're just the most vocal ones, I suppose, but personally I really do enjoy these chapters, and I don't know, this one especially was really beautiful one. Some fantastic panels as well that I really liked looking at, and every time there's a little bit of buggy on the screen, so to say, it's just I'm just melting, you know. It's very easy to please me, just show me some buggy. And yeah, overall I thought that was gorgeous. I loved everything about it. Favorite moment, it's actually hard to pinpoint. I always ask you if you have your favorite moment, to share it in the comments, so I would love to know what was yours. I'm just lost. I feel like the whole chapter was my favorite moment. I loved it a lot. I kind of the last page is of course gorgeous, but it's just everything. And the moment, maybe if Kumo was smiling, I thought that was a really nice touch there. I know everything was just beautiful. So yeah, I think I just high emotions right now, so it's better to finish the video here, but please share your thoughts of course in the comments, as well as your favorite moment as usual. Thank you for watching, and see ya.